Hey guys, welcome to Hope, Heal, and Shine. So I've been thinking a lot about what direction I wanted to take this channel. I know I don't post a whole lot, but the point of this channel has always been to share my journey in healing so that it can hopefully help other people find their way as well. But there's a big aspect of that I haven't shared and talked about all that much because it's so personal to me, and I'm going to start talking about that more. So this is something that got me through both the abuse and the recovery. It has helped me heal, and just I could not have done it without this blessing in my life. And to me, that's my faith, my religion. So this channel isn't just like a religious channel, but I think talking about my faith and talking about the ways I have been blessed because of that and the healing I have found because of that, those are very connected to what we're talking about. And I feel like not talking about that because I'm worried it might offend somebody or somebody might feel like I'm trying to be too preachy. I just feel like that's not being genuine to my own story and my own path of healing. It's not giving you the whole perspective, because that is a major reason why I am where I am today. And so I'm going to start sharing a little bit more of that. And yeah, again, I'm not doing this to try to be preachy or anything like that. So I've just been nervous. I know this is just it's a vulnerable topic for me to talk about, something that is so personal to me. But it's also something I feel like other people are also very sensitive about at times. So I just ask for respect, and if you disagree, that is fine. I'm not here to get in an argument or to tell you what to think. I'm here to talk about my story and what I believe and what I feel and why this has helped me in my path from healing from sexual abuse. So that's it. I'm going to start today with telling you a little bit about what my church does, and then I'm going to go into what my study is for today. My church, I belong to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So it's a worldwide church. We are Christians, and we study a different book each year. We have the New Testament and the Old Testament, the Book of Mormon, and the Doctrine and Covenants. And this year we are studying the Book of Mormon. The study that we do throughout our church is called Come Follow Me. And each week it gives you a chunk of scripture to read and study. And so you can read and study, and everybody else in the church is doing that same section, which is really cool, because then you can talk to other people and discuss the same thing and study the same thing, so you can learn and grow from one another and each other's experiences. So I really love that. There's another YouTube channel I follow called Don't Miss This. If you are studying Come Follow Me, or even if you're not and you would like to, definitely check them out because they're amazing. I actually purchased their study book, and they have like two different ones. I bought both of them because before the pandemic, my husband and I taught youth Sunday school, and their lessons are just so perfect. It simplifies it, but it also is deep at the same time with things that are meaningful. Like, to me, when I study the scriptures, it's not as important to me to know like all the technical details. That's just not, it doesn't seem like that applies to me when I'm trying to be a better person and trying to be a better mom and a wife and for like, that's interesting, but it's not what I want to study. So their study, I feel like, is so good for like day-to-day living and just helping you grow and find peace. So I really love them. It's called Don't Miss This. Definitely go check them out. But I printed off my study guide that I purchased from them, and that's what I'm going to talk about today, because literally they're just amazing. So don't give me credit for these cool questions, because I didn't come up with them. But anyway, the study for this week is Alma 5-7. And it's just really good. So this one, it just has a bunch of questions on it. Their study guides look different weeks, but these are some of the questions it talks about. It says, can you remember a time of captivity, and a time of mercy and long suffering, a time of deliverance? remember watching the video this week, and it really hit me because I thought, absolutely, I had a time of captivity. It was the year I was dating my abuser. It didn't feel like captivity at first, but it was very gradual. Poisoned by degrees. Do you remember that phrase? The idea of it is that you're killed slowly. It's like Satan gets you to commit a little sin, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And I feel like that is exactly how abusive relationships happen, at least mine, and a lot of them. I know it's like this conditioning process where you disrespect a little bit, and you forgive, but then you like stay with them. Okay, you can forgive someone and then still not tolerate that and like leave, right? But I tolerated this mistreatment, and then I tolerated it again, and then I tolerated it again until it got to the point where it was so bad, and he had cheated on me so many times and abused me and broken me down so many times to where near the end of that year, literally I would be in his house doing my homework while he was on dates with other people. He didn't even have to hide it at that point. I was so broken, and I felt like this is the best I ever get. Like, he doesn't even hide the fact that he is out cheating on me. Like, I'm here waiting for him to come home. And that's got to be one of the absolute lowest points of my life, was just feeling like that's it. Like, nobody else is going to treat me any better. He told me all the time, like, nobody else could love me or find me attractive or anything like that. Like, he was constantly reinforcing that idea in my mind, and I believed it. And I stayed, and I accepted treatment that I would definitely not have accepted before that, and definitely I would not accept now. But I was broken. I was so broken, and the manipulation, the abuse of my body and mind, and just all of it, I was captive. I prayed all the time for a way out because I didn't see it. And reading these scriptures, there's been chapters previous to this too where they talk about God helping people escape, but it looks different sometimes. And usually the way he helps people escape is that he enables them to figure out a solution for themselves. And sometimes it's longer, and sometimes it's quicker, but that's usually how it's done. And so, and I was reading this, and it said, do you remember a time of captivity? Like, yeah, absolutely, my abuse. And then a time of deliverance. I prayed for months for a way out because I didn't see it. I didn't see how it was possible because we had broken up lots of times, and I just kept going back because I was so broken, guys. I was so broken. And so, but there was a point where I was given enough people around me to support me and enough knowledge of my situation and my circumstance that finally, that last breakup, I was able to have enough strength that then when he again wanted me back, like he always did, I was able to finally say no. And I think, I had these other chances, but I wasn't ready for them. I wasn't ready, and I hadn't been built up enough. I didn't feel worthy to escape such a relationship, so I kept falling back into it. And I know that God was in the details of that. I took a class that semester, that last breakup was in a class that the teacher talked about rape and abusive situations, and that's what helped me get me out of it. Additionally, I had just switched apartments and now had new roommates who were able to support me when I left. Instead of my abuser having isolated me away from my roommates to where breaking up with him meant I was just alone, I didn't have any friends, I now had these new roommates, and it felt good to finally have friends. But I also found strength in myself, strength in understanding my story finally, and realizing somebody had done something terrible to me, and it wasn't just this awful mistake I had made. That while I certainly had made mistakes and bad choices, I wasn't responsible for what had been done to me. I was able to be in a place emotionally that when he came back and wanted me back in his life, I was able to say no. And I know that that would not have been possible without the friends I had in my life at the time, the support system I had built up, but also without the grace of God. I had been praying for that, and that was my answer. That was my answer. There's a lot of things on here. I would recommend, again, watch Don't Miss This. This is actually the last day for this lesson, but there'll be a new one tomorrow. It starts Monday and goes to Sunday. They have new lessons. You can download the LDS Tools app. It's under the Come Follow Me section, and you can do it. I'm hoping to share a little bit of my thoughts each week. So that's my plan, because again, I feel like I do a disservice to people looking for peace and healing if I don't share what brought me mine. If I'm too scared or want to just keep it to myself because then nobody can criticize it. I feel like I can't do that. And I kind of want to, but I can't. Because this is honestly what got me through it. Christ is what got me through it. It's what's gotten me through the abuse and through the recovery and to the point where I'm not a victim. Most days I do a lot more than survive. It is rare that I feel like I'm just surviving a day because of my abuse. Most days I feel like I'm recovered and I feel like I'm thriving. And I feel like I'm able to share that with people because I've done the work to get there. And it's been, I don't know, give or take a decade of hard work. And sometimes the hard work just looks like holding on and not giving up that day. Sometimes hard work is curled up on the bathroom floor crying your eyes out, but you get through it. And then the next day's a new day and you keep going. And my hard days don't look like that anymore. At least not for my abuse. There's definitely hard days in entrepreneur life and motherhood and being married and all of that. There's definitely hard days associated with that. But my hard days don't come because of my abuse now. And every once in a while, there will be something that triggers me, something that I have to work through. That still happens. But for the most part, no. For the most part, I feel like I've moved past most of it. And it feels good because that's not a place I ever thought I'd be. To be honest, even after I got married, I remember really, really struggling with certain parts of marriage and just certain parts of myself and recovery. And I remember just accepting at one point, this is just my life and it's never going to get better. I don't know how to move on from this point. And I feel like when you get to that place and you pray about it, there's going to be an opportunity that opens up for you, because there was for me. And that just kept me moving forward. And sometimes you have to sit for a minute in those hard places, and I feel like I can appreciate better where I am now because I can remember what it felt like to be in that hard spot and to have those really hard days and feel so hopeless sometimes. I know what that feels like, and I can appreciate now where my Savior has brought me because I remember what that felt like. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up now. This has a lot of things I didn't talk about. So again, I recommend if you want to buy their stuff, that's great, but their YouTube video is free. They also send out a free newsletter with amazing stuff in it. They're great. Don't Miss This is the name of their site. I will even link it. Okay. They're great. So go and find them. But, again, like they don't even know who I am. Like I love them. So I wanted to give them a shout out. I'm probably going to use a lot of their study guides to do this because that's easier for me. And yeah, anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your kindness and your respect as I struggle to continue making these videos. It's hard for me, and I'm really trying. I know they're not consistent and they don't come out very often, so thank you for your patience, and thank you for your support, and thank you guys so much. A million thank yous, obviously. But anyway, have a great week, and I'm gonna try to come back as soon as I can with some more thoughts about healing and hope. And yeah, anyway, take care. Love you guys.